It's great to have everybody here. I'm so excited about this first group of people that we're training as social media managers. You know, you guys are you're the real pioneers for us, and this entire industry as it relates to social media and being a social media manager. You know, just the term social media manager hasn't been around very long at all. So this is really kind of well, it's not even kind of. It is absolutely a ground floor opportunity to be trained as a social media manager and have the opportunity to be able to really be as part of that groundswell, which it is right now, this groundswell and this huge demand that is that's out there for social media managers. You know, there's so many companies, there's so many organizations, there's so many professionals out there that, frankly, they just don't have a clue. And so it presents a tremendous opportunity for those of us that understand the social media world, those of us that understand how to get a small business or a professional, how to get them maximum exposure using different social media platforms, and being able to actually have a very, very lucrative business built around that idea. So, kicking this off tonight, what I want to do first and foremost is I want to go ahead and just kind of walk through our training schedule over the next 4 weeks. So diving into that, of course, tonight we're really going to talk about social media management. We're going to really talk about the different social media platforms. We're going to talk about how they all interconnect together. Angela and I will be kind of going back and forth depending on our area of expertise. Angela is more experienced and has more expertise with certain platforms and vice versa. So we'll kind of go back and forth on that. But that's what we're going to be covering tonight on week 1. Week 2, next week, what's a social media manager? I don't know, what is a social media manager? Week 3, how to package your services and run your business. Week 4, how to find clients. So just kind of drilling down, like I said tonight, going into what social media really is all about and looking at these specific platforms right here, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Pinterest. And week 2 in our social media management training. Now, before I kind of jump into that, understand, and we'll get to this at the very end of tonight, understand that we are going to have a lot of content that you're going to have access to and you're going to need to go through. We're going to have a lot of content between tonight and next Thursday night that's going to be available. Matter of fact, a lot of it is already available right now on the Small Biz Social training area of a Small Biz Social site. So you'll find that there. We're going to review that. We're going to go through that here at the end. But each one of these weeks will have a number of different videos and materials that will be available in that supplemental training section. So just kind of keep that in mind as we move through this. So week 2, we're going to go into the actual hands-on, roll-up-your-sleeves social media management piece. We're going to talk about performing the audit, what it means to really clean up the mess, developing a client's strategy, content development, and what that entails. We'll talk about the importance of consistent posting, what is consistent posting, and, of course, image management is a large part of that, and of course, you know, helping them develop an audience and engage that audience is a key part of that component. We'll talk about that and deal with that next Thursday night in week 2. Week 3 is running your business. It's really the nuts and bolts, everything you need to know about successfully having your own practice, if you will. We'll talk about contracts and agreements, the initial consultation and how important that is, and the different elements and ingredients that go into that initial consultation. We'll talk about setting expectations with the client. Very, very important that you set expectations with the client. We'll talk about client engagement. Really, it's kind of the billing part and what goes into that and how to make that really easy for everybody involved. And, of course, the ever important tracking and reporting. Tracking important, very, very critical part, because obviously how does a client measure what you've been able to do for them, right? So tracking and reporting is a key element. And then finally, and this is the piece that I'm very, very excited about, is outsourcing. And the right kind of outsourcing, when to do it, when not to do it, what pieces can you outsource, where do you go to find a good outsource partner to be able to help you with, with your clients. And again, doing outsourcing the right way means you can leverage yourself by a factor of 3 to 5, maybe even times 10. So outsourcing is going to be a key part of your business moving forward. Week 4, finding clients. We'll talk about the different types of clients, and there are different types of clients, whether they're small businesses, the types of small businesses, whether they're professionals. So we'll talk about different types of clients, and we're really going to talk about finding low-hanging fruit right off the bat in that grouping. We're going to really focus on niches, as we have done, right, as a company, and what we're going to be working with you all on in sharing our clients. We have 2 very specific professional groups that we focus on, chiropractors and dentists. That certainly, both of those are a niche. They're a big niche, but they're a niche nonetheless. So focusing on a niche, though, is what you absolutely want to do in your own social media management practice. You absolutely want to focus on a niche segment, because it's much easier to rise above everybody else in doing that. And frankly, it's a lot easier to get clients that way as well. We'll talk a little bit about marketing yourself, what you're going to have to do to set up to be able to market yourself successfully, again, to stand out from everybody else that's out there trying to market themselves as social media managers. We'll talk about what it takes to approach potential clients, what you need to do, what you need to say, how to follow up. Very, very key. So many people will do an initial approach with a potential client, but they never follow up, or if they do follow up, they don't follow up the right way. We'll go into a lot of details there. And then finally, closing secrets. This is the key element here. You could talk and talk and talk and talk to people. You can put material and information in their hands. You can maybe even get them to a webinar on social media. But if you don't know how to close them, if you don't know how to ask for the sale, all is lost. So we're going to really share some terrific closing secrets with you as part of that week 4 module.